Hi there, it's Olga, and today is the day 12 of my Christmas tutorial series. There are going to be 25 of them. This time I'm going to create a card that is shaped like a snow globe. And to create it, I'll be using the products from the Papercraft Society October box. If you are subscribed to this product, you must already have it, but if you are not, you can still purchase it separately, and mind that it is totally the limited edition, so once it's sold out, it will be gone. So here is the box itself. It shows some of the images that are inside, and I think I will be using it for storing some holiday decorations. And besides, it matches the boxes that I already have and that I decorated myself years ago. They also have houses on the side. Now let's open up the box and see what's inside. So, of course, the box is full of my quotes, and there is a big folder as always, and this one contains the main products that are the die set, a stamp set, plus some papers and coordinating cardstocks. And by the way, I think that these products would make a great Christmas gift for a crafter. The gift box is already there. Now let's start with the die set. This one is really versatile. It contains one large ornamented circle frame. It also has the circle die that is perfect for creating snow globes, and it has the snow globe base that also creates beautiful debossed lines. I'll be using this one for today's project, so you'll be seeing it closer. There are also some elements for creating the scene, like mountains, hills, a couple of deer, and some pine trees. All of those elements are perfectly sized to fit inside the snow globe. There are also some small additions like the ornament top, the label to place on a snow globe base, and some snowflakes. But the star of the show is, of course, this die that creates a layered gnome image, and this works for both the boy and the girl gnome. I'll show you how to put the gnome together later on in this video when I will be creating a card, but you can also find the boy and the girl gnome image on the lid of the box. There is also a 6x8 stamp set included in the box, and this one coordinates perfectly with the dice and the gnomes. There is a mushroom gnome house, plus a group of houses. There's Santa with the reindeer. There are a bunch of sentiments that fit inside, plus the smaller images that you can use to create different scenes with the gnomes. Some of the smaller sentiments in this set are designed to work with the label die that is included in the set, so you can add it to the snow globe. Also, some of the dies are actually the matching dies for the stamped images. There are also some cardstock sheets and pattern papers included in the box. There are some sheets of foiled cardstock like this one with the snowflakes and the night sky. There are also some pattern papers with ready-to-use landscapes, so you can use those one for the snow globe instead of creating the one with the stamps and dies. Of course, you can also create tags and smaller cards with those papers. There's also a sheet of acetate included in the set, and this one is extra thick and it's perfect for creating the snow globes. And note that it also has the protective film, so don't forget to peel it off. There are also some add-ons and embellishments that are included in the box. There's a very pretty string of lights, and this one is battery driven. The batteries are not included in the box, but you can purchase them separately and they are pretty inexpensive. By the way, there is a little die that is included in the die set, and this one creates 5 tiny holes. You can use these holes to stick the lights into. Now there are also 2 acetate domes that coordinate perfectly with the circle die, and you can use those for creating snow globes, of course, and I'll be demonstrating how to use one of them later on in this video. There is also a large bag of sparkly snowflake-shaped confetti, and there are also some fabric small bows of coordinating colors. There's also the metallic cardstock included, and this one is perfect for creating the snow globe base. There's also some glitter cardstock and a bunch of solid color cardstock that coordinates with the pattern papers. So you see there's quite a lot of products included. Of course, there's also a coupon code that you can use for future purchases, and your box will also include an inspirational booklet with lots and lots of projects that are by me as well as by the design team. Now let's jump straight onto creating the project. To make a snow globe, I'm gonna need the circle die from the set. And here I have a piece of plain white cardstock folded in half. I'm placing the circle over that cardstock, and I'm making sure that one edge of the circle overlaps the fold, and this way it's not going to cut through. Once I have positioned it properly, I'm going to use a couple of pieces of washi tape to secure the die, and then I'm going to send it all through the die cutting machine. The die has cut through 2 layers of cardstock, no problem, and this is what the card base looks like at the moment. I'm also going to use the same circle die to die cut the landscape out of one of the pattern papers included in the box. Then I'm simply going to use some double-sided tape to attach that landscape circle right onto the card base. Of course, you can use any other adhesive that you prefer. To finish off the landscape, I'm going to use the deer die cuts plus 1 Christmas tree, and I also used the cardstock that is included in the set. I'm going to stick down the images with the liquid glue one by one, and this way my landscape will be finished. That's how simple and quick it is. Then to create the shaker element, I'm going to pour on some white sprinkles. Those are from my stash, but you can also use the snowflake sequins that are included in the set. Then all you have to do is to peel off the liner from one of the domes that are included and stick it down onto the card base. And at this point I realized that I have actually put in too many, so I have to open up that snow globe and remove part of the sprinkles. Things don't always go as smoothly as it might seem in videos, but there's nothing that you cannot fix. And now it's time to add the snow globe base. I have die cut that base out of metallic cardstock that is included in the set 4 times, and you can see here the beautiful debossed lines, and those are created by the die. I even didn't have to emboss it, you just send it through the die cutting machine and the embossing is there. So I'm applying the adhesive onto that base and I'm sticking it down at the bottom of the card. The next thing I'm going to do is to apply the adhesive onto the next snow globe base, and I'm going to attach it right behind that one back to back. It's a symmetrical image, so you can flip it over and it's still going to match. Now I'm going to repeat exactly the same process on the back of the card base. So I'm going to stick down one of the snow globe bases right behind the front one, just like this. And then I'm going to attach the fourth one at the very back. So this is what the card base looks like. There's plenty of room to write a message inside, and it can also be standing on the surface on its own, just like this. Now I would also like to add some embellishments, so I'm going to stick down the bows using the hot glue right at the top of the snow globe. I just like those colors. I'm also going to create a label to put on a card base or a snow globe base. So I'm using one of the sentiments from the stamp set, and this one says joy. I'm using the navy blue ink from my stash to stamp it out on a piece of blue cardstock. Then I'm using the oval label from the set to die cut that sentiment, simply placing it over, securing the die, and then sending it through the machine. I'm attaching the label onto the snow globe base using the foam tape. This way I'm creating just a tiny bit more dimension. I'm going to use a couple of dark blue jewels to decorate the tag, and those ones are from my stash. And by the way, all the products that I'm using are listed down below in the description, as well as on my blog. And now let me demonstrate how I put together a gnome, and this time I'm just going to create a girl. So I've die cut these images out of navy blue cardstock that is included in the set, as well as out of plain white cardstock. And some of them I've die cut twice because I'm going to paper piece them. So here I'm going to trim off the pom-pom from the white die cut, and I'm also going to trim off the part that is the fur on a head and a nose. Next I'm going to color the nose using the pink marker. And now I'm going to attach the white pom-pom as well as the fur with the nose onto the navy blue die cut. I'm using the liquid glue here, and I also like using my pickup pencil for manipulating smaller elements. Since this time I'm creating a girl gnome, I'll be using the pleats, and if you want to create a boy, simply use the beard instead, that's all. So here I'm applying some glue onto the head and sticking it down onto her hair. I'm also using that body die cut, and I've die cut it out of cream cardstock, and this way I'm going to create a chin line, but this one is not really necessary. I'm just going to take this image one step further. And finally I'm using a tiny bit of glue again, and I'm attaching the head onto the body, and here is my image assembled. Well, actually there are a couple of tiny bows also included in that die set, and I think they are very cute addition to that gnome, so I'm going to use them as well. And as I mentioned, if you want to make a boy as well, just use the beard instead of the pleats. By the way, there's one more die included in the set, and that one creates the hands. You can put them up or in front of the body, just like in this project. This one is also created using the products from the set. This time I'm gonna go without the hands. And here are more projects to demonstrate. Those are colored images, not paper pieced. And I have created the gift tag, and here's another large gift tag where I used the decorated frame. And this is the another shaker card with a couple of gnomes as well. And now I'm simply going to use some foam tape, and I'm attaching the girl gnome onto the card base, so she'll be standing by the snow globe. As a very finishing touch, I'm also going to add some sparkly jewels right on top of the acetate dome, and those are from the same set that I used to decorate the label. And this is what the finished project looks like. It has quite a lot of dimension. It looks very much like a real snow globe, and as I mentioned, it can stand on a surface on its own. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you for watching, and do check out this box at CraftStash. The link is down below in the description, and let me remind you that the stock is limited. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back really soon. Bye bye.